Hello and welcome to another episode of my Productivity Mastery series. My name is Carl Pauline and this week I want to talk to you about morning routines. Now last week I shared a video on my channel from Francesca Pascetta on overcoming her almost burnout. And in that video, Francesca talked about her morning routine as being a big part of how she managed to get control of her life, her productivity, and to able to get massive amounts of work done. And it all started from getting control of your morning routine. Now last year, I actually experimented with Robin Sharma's 5 a.m. club. Yep, I was waking up at 4:45 a.m. every morning and spending an hour preparing my day. And I absolutely loved it. And sure enough, in the first few days, it was hard because I was trying to adjust my sleeping patterns. But overall, once I'd got into the habit of it, it was actually something very easy to do and I really loved it. And I would love to continue with it, except for one tiny little problem in that my working schedule meant that quite often I was having to work until midnight or sometimes even 1 a.m. with receiving like coaching calls and various other things. So it really wasn't a practical solution long term. However, I do still advocate that if you do have the opportunity of being able to get to bed at a reasonable time, 10 p.m. or 11 p.m, then the 5 a.m. club really does work. But it did bring me to a point where I realized that for all of us, because we've all got different ways of working, we've got different lifestyles, and the truth is some of us are genuinely morning people, others are nighttime people. What I realized is you need to develop a morning routine that actually works for you. Not necessarily a morning routine that somebody else does, and because they do it, they are successful. That might be true, but it's because it works for their biorhythm, it works for their lifestyle, it works for the way they work. But that isn't necessarily your lifestyle, the way that your biorhythm works, or the way that you work. So what you need to do is to develop a morning routine for yourself. Now, one of the things that I've realized is that, as most of you know, I went to Tony Robbins's Unleash the Power Within last September. And Tony Robbins has this priming exercises that he does every morning. I absolutely love it. But the thing is, I find it very difficult to sit down for 10 minutes and do meditation early in the morning. I prefer to do a little variation on that. And I also, while I was doing Unleash the Power Within, I learned some exercises that can help rebalance my posture and rebalance my whole body so that I'm not getting the aches and pains in knees and joints and whatever. So I thought, okay, I can build those exercises that I learned into a morning routine. Equally, I can do the kind of meditation that I want to do, which is based on visualizing the day, how I would like my day to go. So essentially, I'm visualizing a successful, productive day. I would like to visualize the exercise that I'm going to do that day. And I thought, wow, I can bring all this together. The bits that I learned from Robin Sharma's 5 a.m. club, the bits that I've learned from Tony Robbins' priming, the exercises about bringing my body into balance. And I thought I can bring all that together into my own morning routine. And essentially that's what I've done. I now have a 10 to 15 minute morning routine that I follow, that I've created for myself. And it's taken the bits and the parts of other people's morning routines that I feel really work for me. And now I feel fantastic. Every morning I wake up with that desire to actually start doing my morning routine. It doesn't feel like, oh, I have to do this. I have to follow exactly how Robin Sharma tells me to do the 5 a.m. club. Or I have to follow exactly how Tony Robbins wants me to do the morning priming exercises. No, you don't. You can create your very own morning routine, your morning ritual. One of the other things that I've added since September actually was to drink a glass of water the moment I wake up in the morning. So I wake up in the morning, I grab my flask and I drink probably about half a litre of water in one go. Wow, does that get the body moving very quickly? And I learned that from Joseph McClendon III. So I've brought in different aspects of pretty much most people's morning routines that I know work for me. And I've been running this now since probably about the beginning of October. And it really is making a difference to my day because it keeps me so focused on what I want to achieve each day. So the message I want you to understand from this week's Productivity Mastery series is I want you to try and think about the morning routine that you want. Now, there's lots of advice out there, for example, so don't check your email first thing in the morning. Well, maybe that's true, but it's far better if you don't check your email in the morning and you're really stressed and anxious about what might be lying in your inbox, then that's not a good state to be in at all. So it's far better just check your email, or I would always say process email, don't check email, because checking email is a waste of time. Processing is actually being productive. But don't restrict yourself just because some people say this doesn't work. It doesn't work for them. It doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't work for you. It might work for you. So have a think about your morning routine, because if you get the morning routine right, and it doesn't matter if it's just a 10-minute ritual that you do or it's a 1-hour ritual, whatever time you've got, whatever time you want to commit to a morning routine, that's entirely up to you. But you really do want to be creating a morning routine for yourself. And as Francesca said last week, she created her own morning routine, which was revolving around exercise and meditation. And you can do the same. Just create something that actually works for you. And that's really my message this week, is I just want you to think about it as the year draws to an end. What a great way to start 2020 with a really custom-made morning routine that you've built for yourself that's really going to motivate you to have fantastic days, day after day after day. Okay, thank you very much for watching this episode. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week. Thank you very much for watching this video. Now, have I got something special to tell you about? The Time and Life Mastery version 3 course has launched. Now, this course is transformative. It will transform your life. If you find that your life is drifting from one day to the next and that you feel that you're not actually achieving your goals, then this course is going to show you how to change that. It's going to show you how to identify what is truly important to you. It's going to show you how to find what it is you want out of life, and then show you the steps that you need to take in order to get there. This course is amazing. The feedback I've got from versions 1 and version 2 have just been tremendous. It has helped so many people, and I want this opportunity to tell you that it can do the same for you. I hope you will take a look at the course, have a go, take the course, and start transforming your life today. This course will do that for you. Take a look, get yourself enrolled, and hopefully I'll see you in the course.